Thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker. It's my great pleasure to rise and talk about the many ways in which the Turnbull government is building in Corangamite and delivering. And in doing so, Mr Deputy Speaker, I reflect on the comments by the member for Corio, who quite falsely, as I will demonstrate, said in the Geelong Advertiser, and gave this quote to the Geelong Advertiser, that all Liberal governments give our city is rhetoric and they do a lot of talking but no building. Now, I'm really very disappointed that the member for Corio would seek to misrepresent matters so gravely, given our outstanding record of achievement. And it's a really good opportunity tonight, Mr Deputy Speaker, to put on the record the many things that we are doing, that we are delivering, and of course that we are building. And particularly as residents in the southwestern part of my electorate in Colac and Birregurra, Winchelsea and further westward know, we are building the Princes Highway duplication. That is an outstanding project, and so many people are saying to me, Mr Deputy Speaker, the progress on that duplication is wonderful. So it's well underway, the duplication now between Winchelsea and Colac, a project for which I fought so hard, $185.5 million from the Turnbull government. And just one example, we're building better roads, and there's probably no better example than the $50 million that we've put towards the Great Ocean Road upgrade, which is a very significant and iconic road, not just in Victoria, not just in Australia, but internationally. And I fought tooth and nail for that particular project, and it's in stark contrast, Mr Deputy Speaker, this was a project that Labor, when it was in government, refused to support. It was a very big mistake, and now we, of course, are seeing matching funding from the state and a great deal of energy and a great deal of commitment to this upgrade. We're building the National Disability Insurance Agency, a $120 million state-of-the-art building. We are so proud, Mr Deputy Speaker, of the way in which we are supporting our great city and our great region. And we're doing this, the member for Corio a number of years ago spoke about how Geelong was going to be on its knees. It was really, the way he talked down our local economy was very, very unfortunate. But in fact, our unemployment rate, despite our challenges, Mr Deputy Speaker, is really tracking very much with the national rate. As I say, despite the challenges that we've had, particularly in manufacturing. We've delivered, just under the Geelong Region Innovation and Investment Fund, 857 jobs, building new factories, new workshops and new installations to support those jobs and to support so many wonderful businesses such as Cotton On, such as Australian Lamb Company, just a couple of examples. We're building, and we've actually built, and it's well and truly underway, the Australian Bureau of Statistics National Data Acquisition Centre. Now, that opened in April of last year, and that is a very exciting Commonwealth agency right in the middle of Geelong, and creating some 260 local jobs, and there'll be a total workforce of 300 at any one time. And of course, Mr Deputy Speaker, we are building the duplicated rail track between South Geelong and Warren Ponds, $100 million commitment made in this budget. And we are very, very proud of the way that we are focusing on very important transport infrastructure projects. This was a project that worried my mother when she was the member for Geelong, my beautiful mum, some 20 years ago, and it is really a great credit to the Turnbull government, to the Minister for Infrastructure and Transport, that we recognise the importance of this project. We are, of course, hoping that the Victorian government will release its plans, its costings. We need that matching funding, and we need, rather than a wish list, which is what we've seen in the budget from the Victorian government, we need funding allocated. Of course, we're also trying to build the East-West Link, which is a very important project, a critically important project for Victoria. We've allocated $3 billion in our budget to the first state government which wants to build this road, because regrettably, as even Labor members in Western Melbourne know, the West Gate Westgate project. The Westgate Tunnel project is really a poor cousin to this project, and we have to do a lot better than that. Thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker.